Back and we talk about the World Cup, as I promised you. This is the second part of the scoreboard, and my panelists are still here with me. And before we talk about the World Cup, because we're talking about the World Cup in the end, but let's talk about FKF Premier League fixtures that are happening in this weekend. It begins this weekend. We have so many matches. We have Ulinzi against FC Leopards. We have Gor Mahia against Sony Sugar. We have Kakamega Homeboys against Tusker. Those are the matches that are happening this weekend. You can have them on your screen as you see them. Gor Mahia against Nzoia Sugar. Gor Mahia will be home. Ulinzi Stars against FC Leopards. That match will be played at the Ulinzi's complex at Langata. And then we have Kakamega Homeboys against Tusker. That is going to be played at Bukungu, if I'm not wrong. Then let's take a look at the other fixtures from Saturday to Sunday probably. On Sunday we have Bandari against Sofapaka. That will be in Baraki Stadium. Talanta FC against Kariobangi Sharks. That will be within Nairobi. I think it might be played as well as Camp Toyoyo. All depends on how it goes. We have Police against KCB. This might as well happen in Nyayo Stadium. And then City Stars against Bidco United. That is another big match on these weekends. Now, Situma, let's begin with you. What do you make of these clashes?
Yeah, of course, for me, on Saturday, Ulinzi against FC Leopards, that's a big match. And I remember last season, FC had a very, very wonderful season. Ulinzi, 50-50, maybe they struggle. But again, if you want to win any title, this is one of the fixtures that you have to get the 3 points. So it's a big match for both teams. And I believe anyone who will happen to watch that game and the way we have been waiting, it's a big match. And again, the second match is Kakamega Homeboys against Tusker FC. I remember Tusker were champion in the caretaker committee league, and these are fixed. They are going to play away. Remember last season, but one Kakamega Homeboys really gave the champion a run of their money. So I believe down there Kakamega they are good, and now they have a new coach, John Baraza, who is a former ex-international, and I believe they have what it takes to take on Tusker FC in that fixture.
It's going to be difficult because a bitter rivalry between the two teams here fighting out. What do you make of Bandari against Sofapaka? They'll be home Bandari.
Yes, Bandari will be playing at Baraki, which has proved over years to be a tough ground to beat them at. But Sofapaka, they've had a pre-season for a fairly good 2 months. I think they'll get something out of it. They may not lose. At least
Bungay, we have Gor Mahia against Nzoia Sugar.
Yes, Gor Mahia against Nzoia. I think look, Gor Mahia has always been very good. I expect them to win the game. But we will see, just as from a sportsman point of view, they can always be a surprise.
You think Gor Mahia will win this game?
Absolutely.
But I think the opposite. It might be the opposite.
So
okay, I don't know.
He's in a better position.
There's a question you asked him, but he has not responded.
Yeah.
You asked him, are these players fit really? These games are really so unpredictable.
Exactly. Okay, like for Tusker, I think they started the training, the preparation like almost 8-12 weeks ago. So I think for them they're good, but other teams, I believe it's not. They're not that fit to play. But again, we have to play. So like for Sunday, KCB against Police. That's another good match. Remember, KCB has a mix of young and experienced players, and for Police, I can say is Man City of Kenya, because they have all the experience, from all the money, from the technical bench, to the playing unit. So I think this season also, if Kenya Police puts together their acts, I believe they have a chance to compete to the title. They have a good squad.
The chaotic scene that we'll have in Buhungu, it will be not be a walk for Tusker, a walk in the park for Tusker, by the way. The story of a lion? When the lion is almost dying, it goes away from the other lions. And it dies painfully far away.
And Tusker is going to die.
you know, the beautiful of Tuskegee is that you never know who's going to start the game. You know, the quality, the number of the players they have in that team, and the coach. You know, for Matano, you train very well that week, then you play. Because remember, even last season, every player played for that. Out of 30 players, every player participated in the league.
Maybe what we are not even saying is that Homeboys and Tusker were neck to neck for the title last year.
Exactly.
You know, and Homeboys lost it literally, I think, 2 games to go.
2 games to go. No. The abnormal happened. Remember we had some more covers along the way.
The integrity that the CS was talking about, but integrity in sports and refereeing.
But gentlemen, I think, you know, there's always a tendency that, especially for football, when somebody is playing at home, you know, there's that home advantage, and as you said, you know, it's going to be fireworks.
You know what happens in that? You know, now in football, we don't have home advantage. You play well, you win. But again, as he said, you know, at times we sometimes influence when we are playing at home. Maybe, you know, through match officials. That's something that we were talking about, match fixing and doping, the way the CS was saying. So I believe if you train very well, you just plan for your game, you can win anywhere as long as the playing surface is okay.
By the way, there was a story about Kenyan footballers doping. Have you seen that story?
Yeah, of course it's there. Serious. That's why we really to enlighten the players, because we have those players who get into this situation knowingly, and others they're so innocent. So we really need to get to the situation and make sure that we enlighten them and give them education about the same.
All right, that's Football Kenya Federation, FKF Kenya Premier League fixture that we've shown you there, and we've discussed in depthly about them. But let's now talk about Salima Mukansanga. This is a referee born in Rwanda, 1988, 34 years old now. She has been in the World Cup in 2019. She was in the Africa Cup of Nations 2022. She is going to be the first East and Central African referee in the World Cup. They're talking about Salima Mukansanga. Is this a motivation to our women? Mary Njoroge went to the World Cup for women.
Unfortunate, but you know, for women, I believe it's all about integrity, and the way you just it's all about work, because this is something you love. And I believe, you know, the women are so sensitive, and they always give a lot of attention whenever they are refereeing. And remember, during my playing time, believe me, we had a lot of problem when we had a female officiating the game, because they are always on top. They are so strict, and they always believe that you know, you men, you always downgrade them. So you know, any mistake, then you are any mistake, you are out. You see, so I think it's she has really done so well, and you know, going to the major tournament saves you a lot. And believe me, we have the same quality at home, and I'll say it again, we need to give sports a lot of serious, because at the moment as we speak, Rwanda and Tanzania, they were very, very behind when you compare to Kenya. But again, as we speak, they are much ahead of us. So I believe if we give the sports integrity, we give the sports the seriousness it deserves, and we come up, as Bugay was saying, that we come up with the structures and we make it as a business, I believe we can go far, because football is business. Football is numbers, you see. And the way he was saying that we need to have like, you enter into the stadium, the CS was saying that you enter into the stadium, you get like you're playing you're playing in a stadium that has 80,000 capacity,
and the atmosphere, the ambience,
it gives you the energy, the urge to win.
The visiting team. But also, Bungei, looking at what Mukansanga has done, does this look like something that should inspire women in this country and also in Africa to rise up? Because she's among the only African, anyway, who will be there in the Qatar World Cup for the very first time from Africa.
Yeah, you know, she's among the only 3, one being Yoshima from Japan and Stephanie of France. Look, in my opinion, women always say what a man can do, a woman can do better. And therefore, having her, you know, she's going to inspire generations. I remember 2 weeks ago, you know, we had a coach, a coach lady, I don't remember her name, who was here in this show, that is coaching football in Kenya. Or volleyball, I don't remember. I think it was football that we're talking about.
Yes.
And therefore, for Salima, I believe and I hope that when she comes back, she will have an opportunity to be able to travel around Africa and inspire our girls, especially those who choose to go riverine. Because remember, she's 34 years old. She was in the World Cup, the African Cup of Nations, in Cameroon. Whereby she was officiating Team A versus between Zimbabwe and Guinea, I think so. Cameroon, sorry. So therefore, for me, it is the way Situma said. We need anyone, and especially for the ladies, to look at these matches that is being done. Because again, it's a profession. I like when you put it that sports generally in general has become a big business. And therefore, it is an opportunity for anyone that has the passion for it to go for it.
But were it not for suspension and the disruption that we have had as a country, trust me, probably Mary Njoroge or somebody else, the university lecturer from Kenyatta University, what's his name again, the referee,
the teacher, the lecturer,
Waweru should have been the World Cup. Probably Omweno also. They should have been the World Cup. Why not this disruption that we've had?
And then
so far?
When you look at Salima, Salima has been a FIFA referee for the last 10 years.
Yes,
from 2012, from when she was 24. Okay, so this is just, it's a journey that she's gone. Remember, she was the first woman refereeing AFCON earlier this year in Cameroon. Yes. It's a journey, and she should serve as a huge inspiration.
She has a kiss, Matt, you say? Do you say that?
That's right.
No. It's just about working hard and also having passion for what you do.
Thank you for that, Situma. Now, we have African teams in the World Cup. You have Tunisia, Senegal, Ghana, you have Morocco.